Hello, Philip.
I look really orange.
Ah, you're back home.
Yeah.
Feel good to be home.
Yes, it is actually. I like the nice cool weather now.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's all back to normal again.
Yeah. All right. Is that a plaque stop?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
this
Ah,
weekend, isn't it? Or
it
isn't?
is. Yeah. 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 It's been nice. Not having to run around doing stuff all the
Yeah,
time.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So. Yeah.
so how are you?
Um. Yeah. Good. Good. It's been a good week. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what are we going to talk about?
Yes. Well, let's talk podcast, shall we?
Yeah. I mean, firstly, how did you get it on Apple? I thought that
Uh,
was really hard.
yeah. It turns out not that difficult.
Ah.
No. So yeah, I finally got around to reading the instructions, and you just go on a place and point stuff at stuff, and all we must have got it all set up right because it all just starts feeding in. So piece of cake.
Very good.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I hadn't really thought it through. So got to that point, and I'm like, right, yeah. Do I want to do this every week? You know?
Oh, well, I think it's. I think we. I was just thinking because the way I saw it is that we just sort of have chats, and whether that's for a podcast. I don't know. I just felt a bit self-conscious. I think that's what I.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I totally get that. I think
That's all it was.
yeah, no, I get that, and I think there were times during our chats when I thought, oh yeah, well, you're very comfortable with talking about stuff on to the nation. That's good.
Yeah.
You're a very open person.
Yes.
But that was because you weren't thinking coming
No.
from the same place as I was. So
No.
yeah, which is absolutely fine. I mean,
I
uh,
don't think there's been anything. I don't think we've said anything, or I've said anything.
no,
To,
and I don't think anyone's gonna
no,
listen.
exactly. It's face.
Doesn't really matter. But I think it did bring into question, um, what are we doing? What are we trying? It has been really nice. Don't get me wrong. I just
Yeah.
it's been really nice having
Yeah.
regular chats.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, so do I. Absolutely. But it has also meant that I haven't done any music,
No.
because uh, it takes time, doesn't it? It takes
Yeah.
time doing this, and then it takes time
Then you've got to
afterwards.
edit. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I'm not even going near editing, but even just converting it and uploading it and
Mm.
cataloging it and doing all of that, it all takes time, and it's just like, yeah, okay, that's good, and we know we can do it now, you know.
What about what I was thinking is, what if we just chat for 30 minutes, um, and so almost decide what we're going to talk about. So it's still not, we don't script it or anything, but we kind of almost think, right, let's talk about this, and then press record, and then so what's actually released is a shorter thing, but we're a bit more focused.
Yeah, we could try
That's
that.
that's one
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
and have a thing because I like the sort of selecting songs. I quite like that. I quite like the sort of talking about the songwriting process and
yeah,
and
That was good. Yeah,
and all that. It's more like my, talking about my attitude towards me. That's what I find a bit. That's fine, you and me doing it, but I just find I don't really want, because that's my, that I think something's a shit or that something's a good. It's kind of irrelevant what I think in terms of, I don't want to come across as someone who's, that's just what I think. But it doesn't matter that I think that, and it doesn't, but some people can get very sort of like, well, you know what it's like. It's everyone's poison, isn't it? It's one person's masterpiece is another person's pile of shit. That's just the way.
absolutely. Yes, which is I think we sort of
Yeah,
dug into that, haven't we, and
yeah.
talked about that and looked through it. I think I think that is, our opinions are pretty much what we've got. So if we remove that bit, I think that is the interesting bit. And yeah, it may be controversial because not everybody will agree with what we're saying,
No, fair enough. Yeah.
but it's, that's, okay, well, let's imagine if we don't do that bit.
Well, it's not do it. But maybe a bit more focused.
Or maybe a bit more aware.
Yeah. Or just saying,
You
well,
know,
why do we like this particular thing, or why do we like things rather than why don't we like things? It's the don't liking,
mm,
because lots of people do like it, and that's absolutely fine.
mm,
I've never had I don't give a shit what other people like. But personally, some things leave me cold because they do, and I have quite strong opinions about that. But if other people think it's a work of arts of genius and it moves their soul, then great.
yeah.
I just don't understand how it can.
No, but let's not waste our half hour on the podcast talking about that side of music then.
No,
Let's spend the half hour championing music that does move us. That's what you're
yeah,
saying.
that's it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
surprising things, things that,
Yeah.
surprise.
Okay. I definitely that's that we could definitely give that a go. I think that might be, I don't know how the how it will work, premeditated.
No,
I
but I
think,
agree with that, but I don't
but
mean
we
we
give it a
plan it.
go.
It's simply a topic. Like you always had, like I really like the wheel thing. That's great. That's really good. So it's
Yeah.
almost like just saying, almost like, well, oh, I've bought this soup can mic. Oh, we'll talk about that. Put that down on the list.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
don't plan it, but just say we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like then it's a bit more for the listener. I mean, so then you would say, Sophie, you bought this new soup can mic. Are you going to? And then if you say something, I can say, so Dan, tell me about.
Yeah.
So for the
Okay.
listener, rather than
Yeah.
us just whittering on, and then the listener doesn't, I don't know. But yes, you want it still to be spontaneous and go off on tangents.
Which no doubt it will do.
Yeah.
That's won't be a problem if we don't cover everything on our list. That's
No,
not a
it doesn't
problem
matter.
either,
Yeah.
is it? No.
Yeah.
Okay. We can try. Let's try that. But the other thing, I think I need to find some way of fitting normal music making in.
Yeah.
So can we do it less than once a week?
Yeah. I think it's because podcasts aren't sort of it's whenever we want really.
Mm.
Does it always have to be a Thursday?
Probably not once term starts. No. Why? What would work better for you?
It depends if I'm working, which is sort of as in away. Obviously, that will be different. Although we could try it. If I'm online, if I'm in Portugal and I get internet, it'd be quite funny to do it from there.
Yeah.
That could be quite fun. But yeah, it's quite easy. at the moment with lockdown or whatever, well, not lockdown, but wherever we're at, but you don't tend to have people round as much. You know, it is strange times.
Yeah, we went up to
Yeah.
London today.
Sorry?
We went up to London today.
Oh, did
Went up to
you?
the city,
Do,
do the dentist thing.
oh, you don't just, what, you or,
The whole, all of us, me,
oh,
Sam, Evie, Grace. I didn't need the dentist, but they didn't want to go up on their own, so I
oh, I'd
escorted them
say,
up and back again.
right.
It was nice. It's nice up there at the
Apparently it's
moment.
quite nice, Central. It's quite quiet.
There's there's much more people. I went a month ago or so.
Yeah,
Much more people, but there's still no traffic,
no,
and it's eerily quiet because of
yeah,
it. And that's really nice. It's
yeah, yeah.
much more peaceful.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And they're making
Yeah,
big changes. They've closed loads of roads in Greenwich.
have they
Yeah, like
permanently?
loads. So it's chaos on the big road. It's
Yeah,
horrible, but it means all around it it's really nice, and I can't
really.
live with that. Yeah, they put the roads are closed. So on the A2 down into Greenwich, they're all shut now. Crooms Hill, Royal Hill, it's all shut.
Wow,
And they've
wow,
got big flower pots at the bottom, road closed. There's just flowers.
wow.
Um,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, and it's all to do with this London street space or whatever they're calling it. You know, these blue signs. They're all around London. They've got these blue signs, which is basically making space for people.
Really?
Yeah, because of the social distancing. So Greenwich one-way system now. They've widened the pedestrian bit, so it's just one lane for traffic. So it's really big and wide, so people can spread out, and it's much nicer. And I think they'll do it permanently. They'll actually build a proper, you know, because they're just blue signs out into the
Yeah,
road.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah, 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 yeah. God, that would be the most incredible
well, apparently it's the most radical in Europe.
outcome. Well, in the city, there's no cars, and there is a lot of bollards,
Yeah,
plastic cones
right.
out,
That's right.
and an awful lot of new road markings that seem
Yeah,
to be cycle routes and
that's it.
stuff like that.
Yeah, that's Sadiq Khan. He's really radical. He's building loads more, opening up for cyclists and stuff. So,
And closing down for cars.
yeah, which
Wow.
would be annoying. I mean, it's hard if you commute in the car. I can see, and it is gridlock now. It's really bad.
Yeah, well,
About
people are gonna have
four
to
of those. Yeah,
change their patterns, aren't they?
yeah,
But it's a great time to do it, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
You
And
know.
most people, you know, if it's 2 miles, 3 miles, you can get a bike
Yeah,
and cycle.
I'm
But,
seeing electric bikes
yeah,
everywhere now. They're
scooters.
really common, aren't they?
Yeah, and little scooters. You know, I think they
Yeah,
might be the answer because you know you stand on them, whiz along,
yeah,
and then just plug it in under your desk.
yeah,
If anyone ever goes back to an office.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That'd be cool, why not?
so
What about you with your car? Are you going to get boxed in and not be able to get your
well,
car out?
it's going to be hard. So to get out, it means I have to go. You know, because I used to always whiz up Crooms Hill
Yeah,
top. So now I just have to go turn right and then go all the way out and join the A2. And it's horrible. So yeah, it'll be an extra 15 minutes or something farting around. If I, you know, but if I left at a certain time of the day, it'd probably be all right.
yeah, yeah,
So for me, I just might leave earlier. If I'm going to
yeah,
a hotel, I don't usually leave, well, unless it's a London school, then I leave early in the morning. That's fine, but getting back will be horrible
yeah,
because
yeah,
I'll be leaving school about 4 and then
yeah,
getting home at about 6 or whatever, depending where I am. If it's more than 2 hours away, I tend to stay in a hotel. If it's usually outside the M25, I'll stay in the
yeah,
hotel.
yeah.
So we'll see.
And what do you think schools are going to be doing?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, I think they're just, it's really hard. I mean, the heads I'm speaking to, they just say that they're cautious. It's a sort of staged, Well, it depends, some schools, but it seems like they're going to trickle back. It's not going to be, and one school said they're expecting 80% attendance. Now, normally in a school, 96, if you went 96, 97, you'd be in trouble if attendance dropped. So 20% drop is massive, and yet that's seen as good. So so the attendance is going to be poor because of the anxiety of parents. So that's going to affect things, and just the uncertainty. It's just, there's this new I've found I might buy. They're like, it's sort of, you wear it like over your ears, and it's a perspex. I don't know if you've seen them. It's kind of goes like that, and you wear it over your ears, and it's and I'm thinking I might get one, because when I'm teaching, you can't teach with a mask, but
No.
I just think it's about protecting staff more than the children. So maybe staff should wear these plastic, polycarbonate, whatever, those visors.
Yeah.
To protect them. And then the children can see your face. It's a bit weird. Because that's the risk is that teachers will start getting ill.
Yeah.
And then if staff drop off, then that's when the schools won't be able to function.
Yeah.
And so that's one risk, because teachers get ill, they come home. So let's say I was teaching, came home, had it, gave it to Rosa, who then goes into work. She gives it to Lola. So, I mean, that's how it's going to spread. If teachers come home and then they give it to their, who then go out. But who knows, Dan? Who knows if it's going to, nothing might happen. I just find it hard to believe. I find it hard to think that schools are all going to go back and nothing will happen. I hope nothing happens. But it seems like every other country is really struggling to kind of stop these little peaks starting. It's just so boring.
Yeah.
Because it's just, what can we do? There's no one knows. So it's sort of.
Well, no. What you can do, you can all go back, and then as soon as a little peak happens, you snuff it out.
Yeah.
That's not what we're going to do, but that's the best you can do.
Yeah, that we live with it, but are just so on it.
You're so on it.
Just flats, but as
soon as Rosa, somebody in Rosa's office reports that they've got it, they can track it back to that kid in your school that gave it to you within 48 hours. But that's not going to happen, is it? I mean, we got nothing in place. We got absolutely nothing in place. No track and there's no track and trace going on, is there? There's no. I mean, we're up in London. Sal went to a Pret to get a sandwich, and they took her name. But I went into a shop to get some food, and there's
no one's ever taken my name anyway.
No. There's no track and trace going on like that, is there? I mean, and that's just the most basic thing that you could do,
It's just difficult. It's the whole caution thing. The head I spoke to, he was in Wales, and he says he's being more cautious than he needs to be. He said, I know I'm being, but he said, I just don't want my school to have an outbreak. He said, I just so don't want it, that I am going to be really, really cautious with the staff are going to wear masks. And because he just said, we can't afford to close it. We can't, because where he works, it's really, it's a poor area, and it's just the social ramifications of just everything shutting again. It's just chaos. So he's just saying he realizes that he might be seen as, overreacting and stuff. But you just think, well, what's the other option? Sort of do nothing, which, okay, and you might be lucky. I don't know. because some schools, haven't. I mean, they've been the hand washing and things like that, but they've not been, and there's been no cases, and I was in that school the week before lockdown, so it was bad. That was when it was lots of infections and stuff, and I was, sanitizing my hands and stuff, and being cautious. But I mean, I was teaching big classes and breathing all over everyone else. There were no cases as far as I know. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Mm.
I mean, have you got any going back to the office? Or you got any sort of talk?
Yeah, going back once a week, one day a week.
Yeah, you're doing. But I mean, as in getting other people in and.
Yeah, I've got a little rota going on now, so
Oh,
there's
good.
somebody in the office every day now, and that's but still nobody. I did spend a day there with somebody else, and that was really nice.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
So, but nobody else has done that.
No.
No, nobody's that fast.
Do you know anyone who's had it? Out of interest.
No.
Nor do I. It's sort of weird, isn't it? I mean, not many people have had it out of the population.
No.
Hardly know.
No. I know of people. I know, friends of friends.
Yeah. Someone's brother's cousin type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But no direct connection. No. So it's it's weird, isn't it?
Mm.
It's a weird game.
It's a very weird game, and when it was raining today and it's getting darker early, it's the thing. Oh God, it almost feels like it's coming out. Feels more risky suddenly.
Yeah.
So
And also less fun. I mean, like this summer has been an absolute corker.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when it started, we've had really good weather. It's been light and sunny, and it's not really. But when it's dark and cold, yeah, it'll be hard. If there's, it's just odd.
Which I need to order some more logs.
Ah, there we are. We're not allowed to use them here, really, now.
No, they've been banned, haven't they?
Well, I don't think it's official. I think it's frowned upon.
Yeah. I think that wasn't just London either. I think it's
Is it?
I think it was countrywide.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, yeah.
I thought if you've got a good, well-serviced wood burner and it burns it well, it's actually quite environmentally friendly if it's locally sourced wood and stuff.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
That's what I thought. I thought it's almost carbon neutral, isn't it? Because you're or something.
Yeah.
So
but it's I mean coal. I can understand. Not wanting to burn coal in London.
No.
That's that makes sense. But anyway, we'll see.
Yeah.
I would struggle, definitely struggle.
Oh God, well, yeah.
Log fire.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh.
The sound of a log fire. I mean, yeah, it's sad. Oh,
that would be a real toughie, wouldn't it?
You've got a good. If you got a good modern wood burner? Is it or just an open wood fire? Or?
No, it's all right. Yeah, I mean it could do with a bit of a service, but no, it's a proper thing with a water jacket around the outside.
Yeah, I remember. Right, it's that one. Yeah, that's all right.
We look after our wood, make sure it's nice and dry before we burn it.
That's it, dry wood. That's the problem with London is people buy wood from the garage, which is shit.
Can be, can't it? Yeah.
It just doesn't burn. It spits and smokes.
Bloody Londoners.
Bloody Londoners, what do they know?
Yeah. Oh
I
dear.
bought.
Yeah.
I did buy by accident. I bought something called Ting this week.
Is that drug?
No, it's a. Oh, it's just so annoying. You know, just it's just such a disappointment. It was really quick as well. I didn't even have the nice long saying, "Look, Dan, I found this," and it was,
Yeah.
oh, that looks guy, buy it, and it was like, oh God. So it was on the iPad or the
Right.
Mac, and I thought I don't want to. So it's a percussion instrument, and it
Right.
sounded quite good, you know. And it was $7.99. It's quite a lot, and it's everyday objects. So there's like a wooden box and things, but each. I mean, I can't really show you on my iPad, but each. So there's a box, and you press the box, and all these parameters. So you've got the pitch, and sort of what's your quality, you know, the timbre, and it's nice. And there's a clap, and there's a keys, sort of a clicky keys, and some click, and a sieve or something, you know. But they're quite interesting sounds. I think there's 16 of them, or something like that. And anyway, on the Instagram advert, it was like, you know, and all these sort of groovy things. And they got reverbs, and it's nice, a nice sort of simple thing. And so I didn't read, you know, what it was. So I downloaded it onto the iPad. There we go. And there it was, and I pressed the start. And you just get a screen going. It's a plug-in. You've got to run it on a suitable host,
Oh dear.
which is, you know, what I find. And then here we go, controversy again. That the only thing you could get that didn't cost money was GarageBand,
Yeah.
which I can't stand. I know I use Logic, but there's something about GarageBand, I just hate it. It's just because it's shit. It's kind of Logic that's shit.
I
Doesn't got
love
anything.
it. I love it. It's my new.
There's so many things that you can't on the iPad. Maybe on the computer, it's better. I don't know. Have you used it on the iPad?
I use it on my iPhone.
Well, you can't loop. You can't cycle stuff.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Well,
you can.
Well, you'll have to show because I went on because he couldn't, and then I went on and said that in the Apple discussions said, "Oh, we've taken that away now on the newest version." And I thought,
Looping
why?
what? A bit of audio,
No,
or
so I wanted to play like the wooden chest, yeah,
right?
and then over
Yeah.
the top in a 4 bar or
Yeah.
whatever. No, you honestly can't. There's no button for cycle. There's nothing. So you have to just add the instruments, and it's just and so that was just really disappointing. It's fine. I wouldn't really do it like that anyway.
No, no. But you use all your musical instruments by loading them up in full screen, playing them, recording them, and then moving on, don't you? You know, that's
Yeah,
how
but
you.
sometimes it's nice to do a little sequence.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't normally do that. So I thought, but it's just all a bit faffy. I just thought it was a play, you know, go dum, and
Yeah.
there it is, and I can play
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, I mean,
You have to load it
yeah.
in
If it's
GarageBand.
if it's pings like that, then you want a little loop, and you record
Yeah,
your
that's
loop
it. Yeah,
into Logic, and then
that's it. Yeah,
trim it and play it
that's
there.
but
Yeah.
I can't. So
Oh,
what I'm
that's a
going to have
shame.
to do is, so you have, and also it's the whole sort of loading it into GarageBand, which is fine. And I'll be able to play it on my keyboard. You know, it's fine. But it's just, and I'll record it looping, cycling in Logic, if you get what I mean, like that.
Yeah.
But it's nice when I'm traveling or something, just to make little loops.
Yeah.
Um,
So it hasn't got a built-in sequencer or anything.
no, it's a plugin. It doesn't, in itself, you have to open it. Oh, I don't know. It's just like, and it did say it when I read actually read about it. It did say NB, note. This is an AU, blah, blah, blah. And so in a way, it would have been better if I bought the Mac version.
Yeah.
And then just load it in Logic and then play it.
Yeah.
And then I would have been able to cycle. And there's probably something on the iPad that I can. It's anything that reads AU things in an iPad.
Yeah. No, I mean, GarageBand all the way for me, mate. It's fantastic. I love it. Honestly, I just.
Well, it is good. I mean, it's very nice. Yeah.
It's the most, for me, I know, we're all at different levels, but for what I want, it is the most productive environment. It gets closest to what I hear in my head fastest, out of
Yeah, yeah.
everything I've got.
Do you use
You
the
know,
loops then, or do you just write your own?
um, I haven't had much success with the loops
No.
so far, but what I have, I do use the auto drummer bloke, you know, which I find really good. So he can he'll bash out a tune, you know, a
Yeah.
beat,
Yeah.
and you can get it that pretty quickly, you know, in the ballpark for what you're looking for, you
Yeah.
know. And
Go.
then he's there, and then you can record guitars and bass vocals, and you can add synthy bits if you want to, you know, just fast as you like, just get them
Yeah.
in there. And it has got sections, you know, so you can go, right, section A is 8 bars long, and that's my intro. And then section B, that's 16 bars, and that's my
Yeah. Yeah.
verse. I'll
Yeah. Yeah.
duplicate that and put that at the end, you know, and then I can play the whole thing together, or I can zoom in on certain bits. It's really comprehensive. It's much more comprehensive than it was when it first came out.
Oh,
That's for
Christ,
sure.
there. Yeah. Well, I noticed that when I downloaded it, but it is enormous. So it's about 2 gig or something now.
Yeah, and they've produced quite a lot of packs. I noticed. I was
Yeah.
flicking through it today. They've got 909s and 808
Yeah. Yeah.
samples in there. You know, they've got a lot of really nice sounding synths. They've got
Yeah.
the what's it called? I can't remember, but they bought a synth, didn't they, and stuck it in there,
Yeah.
which was a seriously nice synth anyway. So that's in there. Yeah, they've got a lot of the guitar, you know, the amp sims
Yeah.
sound great. They
So do you
sound just
record? Do
fine.
you record into it as well? Like, have you got the iRig thing? Or,
Yeah, yeah, I've got £4 one. You know,
right.
plug that one in and
And you
record
just
that.
plug your guitar.
Plug the bass into the same thing, so
Yeah.
that gets that all in there. And then you can use the inbuilt mic for your vocals. Sounds all right. You know, then you can. It's the great for me. The great thing is, I think, is I can always go. You know, well, what do you expect? I've done it on a phone.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, whereas if I record it on my, you know, on my desktop, my voice is going to sound shit on whichever one I use. But at
Yeah.
least if it's on my phone, I can.
Yeah. You can say it was on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just using a rubbish mic. You know, it's just a demo. You know, which is really much less stressy than trying to get your vocals to sound good on a
Yeah.
you know, on there. So yeah, I love it. I love it.
I haven't really used it, to be honest. I mean, I don't really. I just find it quite. I think it's using your fingers and stuff. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not as.
No, it's a totally different thing, Phil. To Logic is your paintbrush and
Yeah.
your canvas
Yeah.
and your, you know, palette and your
Yeah.
oils, isn't it?
Yeah.
GarageBand is your magic marker.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Painting by numbers almost.
I'm not going to go there. No, it's more like your cartoon. You know, it's much more. It's much faster. You know, but it's not. You haven't got the control. You
No.
know, you haven't got the subtlety.
No, that's it.
But you can definitely, you know, you can do stuff with it.
Yeah. Well, I'll fiddle around. I mean, yeah, it's just a bit annoying. Just the whole. I mean, it worked perfectly in that garage. It
Yeah,
did work
yeah.
perfectly. I'm just wondering if there might be another app that's a bit.
I think maybe it'll come with an update. You know, maybe they'll pull their fingers out and produce because it sounds perfect for a little 16-beat sequencer
That's it.
in
Yeah.
there where you can just punch
Yeah,
in a
that's
bunch
it.
of
That's what I thought
places,
it was. And all the demos.
sort of thing going.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
on all the demos, you just the people are just playing it with their keyboard. It didn't look like it was in bed. I mean, because they just show you the interface. So I just
Right.
but actually, yeah, they should have maybe made it a bit clearer that you have to sort of play it through something.
Yeah.
It was £8. You know, it's not a huge disaster.
No. I've been tempted. What have I been tempted with? With the Synth Master Everything bundle, was 80 quid or something for
What's
like,
that? What's on that?
that's just got all the, they produce a lot of uh, preset packs. A lot of
Right.
people produce, you know, uh, sort of genre specific preset packs, and there's like, if you get that, you get 15,000 presets or
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I walked away in the end because I just saw one thing I don't need.
There's 15,000 more. Yeah.
I can't do the
More
1,500.
choices. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I need less
Yeah.
choices. I don't need more. So I walked away from that. And F expansion. Have you heard of Geist? That's a
No.
lovely looking. They're a really nice software company. They've got uh, Geist, and I think they did
How do you spell that?
GEIST. It's sort of a bit like a software machine, drum part of machine. It's got it's a beat production plugin.
Right. Right.
That's down to 80 quid or something, which rarely goes on sale. So I was very tempted by that, but then I was like, I
No.
don't need to learn something else, And then
No.
Addictive Drums, that's my drum. I'm still on version 1, and they keep trying to tempt me up to version 2, which has been out for
Yeah.
years, and that's down to less than half price. But I'm like, I don't use version 1 enough to
No. Yeah.
warrant upgrading to version 2. So I think I've managed to get away without buying anything this week.
That's very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
do I want?
Do you use it? Have you got an iPad? Do you use iPads with your instruments? I mean,
No, I use it for
you got a Pro, haven't you?
GarageBand. Yeah. Well, we have, haven't we? We bought ourselves some,
No, not a Pro.
didn't we?
No, I've still got the one we bought, but that was iPad 2.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, there's all my songs.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I what I find, Phil, I don't know about you, but I find that when I think of a song, it's normally what happens is I mishear somebody else's song, or I hear a snippet of a song and I imagine, immediately think of how that song goes in my head, and then I
Yeah.
find out that it wasn't actually. That's not how that proper song goes.
Oh,
So I
I
go, oh,
see.
great. Well, I'm going to have that one then.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I need to write it down fast
Yeah,
before
yeah.
it evaporates. And, the guitars and the iPad are the fastest way to.
Yeah, I use music memos a lot.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's good,
but I
isn't it?
also use on my phone the voice recorder. I've
Yeah.
got tons and tons and tons.
Yeah.
Any chords, I'll just quickly. But I never say what they are.
Do you not?
No, and it's a common joke because it just goes, yeah, and then I'll start playing. That's the instructions I've given myself. Yeah, and I'm going, yeah, what chord? Oh God! And then you
I've
sit
got
down and
loads.
kind of
Yeah.
find, and sometimes they're really nice. And
Yeah.
I think, well, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And it's really hard because it's what tuning was it? I don't say that. And
Mine will start with, right, this one is G.
oh, well done.
E.
Good.
like
No,
that.
that's good.
Yeah, but the trick is actually to play the song and then explain it afterwards, because there's nothing more boring than sitting there listening to all of that and then a shit song at the end. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, just play the song and
Yeah.
then tell me what it is.
My other classic is I go, it's in the book. It's in the song. So I go to my song book and you're going, okay. Because I've got so many idea and it doesn't say, or you'll go idea on phone and there's loads of them. So it's like, well, which one's that then? Oh, I'm quite mastered, and how much I know it irritates me.
I've got one here. Do you want to listen to this one? I was going back through my old ideas, and this one was must have been from like 4 years ago or something, and I suddenly got this, and I thought this would be perfect for a for Tesco's for an advert,
Oh yeah.
right? In the summer. It's
Right.
called Gazebo. See, can you hear this?
Right, this one's gazebo, gazebo, G, E minor, G. Sunday and the sun's out, pretty ladies with their buns out, Middle England for my money. It's
You're
the
off the
best
G minor
place
now.
when it's sunny.
Yeah.
There's another
That's
verse.
what I think. What's
I
happening now?
know.
And the sun's out, pretty ladies with their buns
I
out.
like this. This is good.
It's a good little song.
Yeah,
that
I
one.
like that a lot.
It should be faster. It's more like a little ska song, you know. It's like.
You should write. So that's the sort of one I'd like to work on, because if you sang that, then I'd do some drums and some noises and some
Okay.
harmonies.
Yeah. Well, I'll
So I
send
can
you the
open
stems
that.
for that one. Yeah. I'll try it. I'll get it going. I was trying to find some drums for that, but if I don't. Yeah, it would be much better if you could do the drums for it.
Yeah.
I'll send the stems with some drums, but you chuck the drums away and put your because
Yeah, if you have a beat tempo, and then
Yeah.
I'll just set it up
yeah.
and then do
Yeah,
that.
great. Yeah,
Right.
no, that would be good. It's supposed to be just a fun,
Yeah.
light-hearted sort of Cockney
Yeah,
music
yeah,
song. That one.
yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't done any this because I got back from Wales and then I haven't done anything. I haven't turned the studio on at all because I'm just trying to get the work thing again. It's just trying to kind of
Oh God, have you been?
get back. Well, because no
Yeah.
one's committing. So it's really weird. No one's. So all these schools said they wanted something, and then they're just not. So I think what I've decided to do, because I've got the hold of me with Sam stuff to it going on. That's
Yeah.
fine. It's almost just get on with my own thing and just think, well, if schools book me and I've booked something else or I'm doing something else, then I'll just have to say I can't do it then. And
Yeah.
because I feel I'm just sitting around, not
Yeah.
planning anything in
Yeah.
case I get a job. And you just think, well, because of the money thing, but actually, it's silly. I need to get on and start, just doing what I
Planning
can.
stuff.
Planning stuff.
Planning stuff.
Because
Yeah.
waiting for job, which is what I usually, well, not wait, but trying to get jobs, I think it's hard.
Yeah.
Because schools
Really
are,
hard.
everyone's anxious. No one's making plans. No one's booking
making any
anything.
plans. No. We've got no idea what's going to happen in the next month, let alone
Yeah.
October, November.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to Portugal in October potentially, and Dubai in November potentially.
Right.
So they're in with dates.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a really weird feeling. It's hitting me now. Like before, it's been, I don't know, but now it's because the school's starting. That's the difference. They're going back because when schools were shut, it's like, well, schools are shut. Now they're going back. It's like, what about me? Now you feel like, oh God, a bit like restaurants and stuff. It's a bit like,
Or musicians.
yeah, awful. It's just so hard. But anyway, I bought an album as well this week. It's going to surprise you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, ready.
Taylor Swift,
Ah,
a new one.
yes.
Because I read about it and people can say whatever, but I've always really, I don't know why, and I've never bought anything of hers, but I really like the Lover album. There's some really good songs on that. I think they're very clever lyrically and sort of that sort of thing, and not necessarily production on that. Anyway, she's done. Have you heard about it? So in lockdown, she did a stripped bare, sort of much more rootsy, not as poppy more
Right.
sort of melancholic. And I thought, I like the sound of that. So I heard
Yeah.
one song, and it's
Yeah.
really nice. It's
Is
really
it the
good. So
duet? Is it with
and no, it's no, not with Bon Iver. That's a good one. The one with
that
Bon
is
Iver.
good. Yeah, I love that.
It's one at the end called Lakes or the Lakes or something,
Right.
and lots of strings. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm learning a lot from it. It's not, again, I don't, it's a shame she's not, because I think she's got a great voice. I think she writes great songs. I just wish she really would pare it down, because it's still very poppy.
Yeah.
It's very compressed. It's very,
Yeah.
less than her normal pop stuff. And it's got some gorgeous strings and, and lyrically it's interesting.
Sounds good.
But I wish she'd do something which was just, piano, sort of a proper drum kit, like a drummer,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
quite sort of flabby drums or something, sort of quite loose,
Yeah.
brushy drums, upright bass, that kind of thing. I think it'd be really interesting. I like it. I've listened to it a lot. It's very loud. I noticed that, like the loud. So you put it on sort of volume 3, and you can hear it up the road. Even though it's quiet songs, it's very well.
So it's called Folklore, is it?
Folklore, yeah.
But there's also Folklore, the Saltbox House chapter. What's that?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, maybe that's an EP actually. Maybe that's an EP.
The song I really like is number 11, whatever song that is. It's really nice. Really nice.
Hoax, Peace, Betty.
No, Betty's nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's got a lovely, it's lovely.
Invisible String.
Yes. And I was always thinking I'd have it as one of my Desert Island discs. It's that good. There's really nice space to it. And I thought on my Desert Island, I'd quite like there's lots you can do. You can play a bit of drums to it. There's harmonies. I can add. I like that. It sort of encourages me to, and it's.
What impressed me with that, and Sal pointed it out. The girls really like that Bon Iver duet, and so when we really like a song, we want to learn it on an instrument and be able to play it and sing it. So Sal found the chord, sat down and sort of played it, and it's one of those songs that you play it, you try and do a cover, and there's not enough there. It's only got a few chords.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, there's nothing for you to get your teeth into and sort of make it sound good.
No.
And I've always think that's really impressive to be able to write a good song using, sort of not flashy or anything fancy chords, just the basic chords.
Exactly. It's all about the vocal, you see. It's about what they do with their vocals.
The melody, the lyrics, the instrumentation.
And the first track on the album, I think, is one chord.
Really?
2.
Wow.
There's 2 chords on the piano, back and forth. I think it's but it's very simple. But it's just the drums. I just find the drums are a bit too, massive bass. So they're really nice chords. And it's bloody great with, sort of. I don't know. I find it
I'm looking forward to having a listen to that.
Like Phoebe Bridgers. So it's I've told you about her.
Yeah.
And I like that Furby. No, but I've gone off her now. I just find it all like, oh come on, it's a bit formulaic.
Right.
Right. And I thought when I started listening to, even though it's a nice formula. I started listening to Folklore. I thought, oh no, but it isn't. It actually does. There's quite a lot of variety. But the first 2 songs, which are good, but they are kind of quiet, and then sort of you have to hear it, but it's very sort of dominant drums. Too much, I think. To me, I think it should be subtle, but it's effective. But it's pop. It's pop. That's what they're very. It's interesting. I was thinking, right, I get it. It's sort of they're very simple, very melodic, and lots of space, and then you get this quite a driving, not loud, but very sort of fat bass drum, very deep. It dominates,
Mm. Mm.
That sort of comes
Intriguing.
in.
Intriguing.
It's
First thing I've heard to come out of lockdown.
what the folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting, and yeah, I don't know. Have you seen Miss America, Miss Americana, or whatever it's called? It's a sort of it's a film about Taylor Swift.
No.
So I saw that, and yeah, she's really interesting. She's an interesting character, very different. So she's talking like you and me, and you just think, wow. And then the next thing, she's in her hot pants, and so it's very different. You wouldn't put the way she is on stage and the person she is quite different. She's she's got very sound views and sort of
Yeah.
She's an interesting. And been doing it, she's 14, wasn't it, when she got her first
White Horses. I remember doing a Facebook.
Country. I mean, she was a country singer.
Yeah.
But she started.
I think she's been a great role model.
Yeah, I like her. I think, what she did, that song about calm down, you need to calm down. I love it. You need to calm down. It's great. And what it's saying, it's the sort of, when I told you I played it to the Welsh music, the band I was working with. I think it was about 4 bars in, and it just went, "Oh, Phil." I was like, "What?" Quite like it. So, all right, I'll turn it off then. Yeah, but they're very sort of
down.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know what we've got here, Phil. We've used up our hour.
Yeah.
I suggest what we do is bring something next time. Some tracks.
Yeah, just something.
Songs or
And themes for discussion. I just think if we're going to do, as it is a show now, and the consummate professionals that we are,
because
it could be good. It could be something that is interesting if we have a sort of format.
Yeah.
Loosely, but because I think it's being very. Which look, I was saying to Rosa that our sort of chat, might be the format. What we've been doing might be an incredible, who knows? But I don't know. I think half an hour. So we talk for half an hour, catch up, and all that, and just discuss. Right, we're going to talk about this. Going to almost like a sort of show briefing sort of thing, but not discuss what we're going to say. Just, should we talk about that? Yeah, that sounds interesting. We'll talk about that. And either me or you write a list, and then off we go.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to focus on showcasing artists.
I like that.
Songs.
So a song we like. I like instruments. I think it's really interesting to talk about. Just instruments that we like. I mean, this isn't every week, but quite, if you see a really nice guitar or nice bass sound, but equipment, equipment's always nice. Why certain equipment is legendary, or what, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do people like that sort of equipment? And then plugins, of course.
Yeah.
The songwriting process. I think that's interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
And I like your wheel thing. I think that's good.
Yeah.
And then anything pertinent at the time. If you're recording or if I'm recording, and
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll give that a go. But can we cut it down to like once a fortnight?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
How that goes.
Yeah. I don't really think I was negative. Yeah, well, it might come across as I was negative, but I don't know when when I saw it as a show, as in like I knew it was a show, but I don't know. I think I'd just forgotten it was we were actually doing it. You know, I was just chatting to you and enjoying it, but I don't know. I'm just a bit sort of nervy of any sort of public.
Sure. Yeah. I appreciate that. So, what do you want to do with the existing stuff?
I don't mind really. I mean, I don't think anything. I don't know. I just always think, God, did we say anything? I don't know. I can't remember. Did we say
Well,
anything?
only one way to find out.
Yeah, I have listened
Subscribe to the fucking show.
Yeah, no, I've listened. No, I've listened to it, and
Have you?
no, well, I listened to a few bit. You know, not all of it, but it's hours of it. But
That's the thing, isn't it?
yeah, I did.
So
No, I
much of
flicked
it.
through, and I thought that's fine. I think it was last week we got that was quite not heated, but last
Yeah,
week
it got
I
pretty.
can't remember what we were talking about now. Oh, the greats, and I was saying, you know, how Tom Waits and blah blah, and I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that, even in myself, even though I think it. Hearing myself, it sounds. I mean, I do believe they're greats, and they're greats for a reason, and I do believe there was a golden age, all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean I don't think that there are good people around. You know, it's just saying
No, I
that
don't
thing
think
in
everybody's.
isolation, but it sounded a
No.
bit like I was saying they were greats and now everything's shit. And I wasn't saying that. I was just saying they're greats. That's it. But so that's what I worry about is that I, you know, potentially come across, and I'm not that keen to put my view, you know, like that. I'm
No.
a private person. I don't really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
So, do you think if we do this going forward, you'll be able to self-regulate?
Oh yeah. And no, I think, and we just discuss if something isn't right, we don't publish it.
Yeah.
I think that's
And,
fair because if you talk and it goes off on a tangent and suddenly it becomes really very personal or something happens, and you said to me, actually, I don't think we should put or whatever. Then of course,
yeah. No, and I totally. And I mean, what I think we can do with the ones that are up there at the moment, we can either I can have a go at taking them all down, or we can leave them as they are, and you can have a listen to them. And if there's any of them that you don't like, then take them down. You know.
yeah.
And going forward, if we do the half hour, yeah, and if at the end of the show, the half hour, either of us goes, yeah, I'd rather not publish that one, then
Yeah,
we
it
just
doesn't
won't
count, yeah.
publish it.
I think look at what we've done as pilots.
Yeah.
And then when we start the show, now we're kind of, and I think these things take time. And when we start it now, we've got an idea, and we've kind of, then we just get rid of the first, you know, and then we build up so it's actually coherent kind of shows then.
Yeah.
And I'm quite into that idea. I think that'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
We can do specials, Christmas specials.
Yeah,
I know, we can
even,
start,
we haven't even scratched the surface yet.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. I think we've been doing. We haven't really. I mean, a lot of the time we've just been chatting, catching up. But I mean, I was listening to one with Ozone and stuff. They were good.
Yeah.
In June, and they're quite fun. But of course, they're quite visual. So it's quite funny because it's like that bit, and you're going, yeah, that's lovely. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, look at that peak. Ooh. And so people listening are going to go, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
I was going, you see those white bits? And you're going, yeah. And I'm going, well, see, when the white bits are flicking around like that, it means it's working.
Right. Yeah.
Which makes total sense when you can see it. So it's, because I didn't realize. So, oh, by the way, initially when I texted you, I thought they were videos.
Right.
So that's what I was really worried about. So when it found out it was just audio, that made me happier. For a start.
There is a YouTube channel with all
Oh
the
God.
videos.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'd rather not have videos. Yeah,
No.
just I think it's because I work in school. You know, kids, thousands and thousands of kids, and I just don't want them. You know,
No, I think that's a very valid point.
I mean, maybe I'll get a pseudonym or something because they do search for me, and I have them following me on Twitter. I block them all
Mm.
because kids do. You know, these 11, 12, and then they go to secondary school. Well, let's look at Phil. They always ask my band name. I never tell them.
No, really.
Because I'm a teacher, it's a separate. I don't want to be their mate. I don't want them all following me, and because it gets,
Yeah, no.
it just there's a very direct line. I'm the educator, they're the student,
Mm.
and if I don't know, it's weird, but yeah, they're not. Yeah, the ones who follow me on Twitter, I block them, so I don't know, but they often tweet. Hello, Mr. Z. It's all about we found you, and then they start then sharing all their friends. It could all become very messy.
No. All right. Well, we need to get a episode up.
Yeah, once
And
we've
then
got
I
an
can-
episode, so the next one in 2 weeks then. So
Yeah, yeah. Have to look around for something to keep your eye open for stuff to
yeah,
showcase.
it might be. I mean, I might be going 2 weeks. Might we do it because I might be away because of Dad coming out and stuff.
Oh, is he coming
I
out?
don't know whether we
Okay.
do next week and then 2 weeks from there or something. If you can, that might be easier.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Have a
to
look
get-
at see what you're doing. I mean, when we're doing 2 weeks, it doesn't have to be, exact, does it?
No. I want to keep it regular. We don't want to,
Regular's good.
it's good to have it
regular's good.
regular, and because I really enjoy it, and I think once we've got a format, we can have a catch up, a quick sort of 50, whatever it is, 15, 20 minutes. It's like, hi, how you doing? How's your dad? All that kind of stuff. And then,
Yeah.
okay, I found it. And I quite like finding things like Instagram adverts. I find could be really funny. I don't know. Are you on Instagram?
No.
Because the adverts are hilarious. The musical ones.
Oh,
There's some
yeah.
brilliant ones. They're just amusing. Because they've obviously got me tagged. I mean, they're just I'm bombarded with, and I'm keeping a list of all the things I think, ooh. And I don't buy most of them, but yeah, that could be quite the Instagram advert of the week or something. Just sort of say, look at this, because they game changing, all that, all the hyperbole and stuff. It's funny. It is funny.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, so that could be quite fun.
Yeah, is that a visual? Is that a visual?
No, we could share it by reading it out
Okay.
and playing it. Sometimes it's they're also, you thought you knew. It's all these kind of. It's also cinematic and dramatic. And it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
And very tempting though. It really works
Does
because it makes you think. Well, like Ting, that was a classic. It was like, as if I need another drum machine.
Yeah. No.
Yes, I bought it, didn't I? So there we are.
See, the one they're always going for me for is the MIDI pack.
Oh
You get
yeah,
that?
I get, and I love them chords.
Do
See, I love the wording of that. It's like, do you want chords? And you go, yes, I do.
Oh God, yeah. I listen to these
20,000
chords.
of them.
I've got
Ooh.
all the chords.
Sequences. You
In
just
one
pick
pack.
out, and they're all color coded. So that one works with that one. And they're really complex jazz chords. And you don't even have to know. It says you don't even have to know what they're called. Brilliant. You don't have to care at all.
You don't.
Just put them in and sit back. I love it.
It couldn't be easier. It could not be easier. The MIDI pack. It's incredible.
Yeah. Pop song
Yeah.
MIDI pack.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love it. The innovation. And I'd like to do a little talk about my organelle as well.
Oh yeah.
my organ, because it's a bit of a disappointment, I have to say.
I'll save it for
Yeah,
the review. But yeah,
yeah.
that would be a good one. I'll put that and make a note of that.
Disappointing buys, you know. And the other one I want to do is my underwater microphone. That was a fail as well. And I've still got it in the hope of recording the vibrations of the Atlantic Ocean and having all these, and all you hear is. I'm going great. So I've got many things that I've bought that you just think, okay, they didn't quite change my life as I thought. And I'm sure you've got lots of things as well. So I'll write you. I'll send you an email tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Or yeah. You send them to me. I'll add them to here, or
Yeah.
we bring them along. We'll discuss them in the first half hour. Then
Yeah.
we'll choose the ones we're going to do, and then we'll do it in the second half hour.
Yeah.
Just audio, no video.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we've got video, but we just keep the audio.
Yeah.
I think it's great, Dan, and we get special guests.
Yeah.
At times, you know.
I wonder if we could do it on anything that anyway. Good. Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Wonder if we could do it on something that allowed us to hear your
yeah.
and mine and stereo, because everything we do at the moment is mono, which is a bit sad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a think about that. Phil, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, been great. So so maybe see you next Thursday.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Take
have
care.
a good week. Yeah.
You too. See you soon.
Love to Rosa.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.